Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Yes, I'm a little bit under the weather, but feeling okay to cast. Left side on Heartbreak Ridge today. It's going to be our White Zerg player. It is Sziky. He is Hungarian. On the right side, it is Tmaking. I have no idea who this is. I googled him, but there's no player by that name in Brood War. I guess it's a Smurf name, but the Smurf name list doesn't have it. So if you know who this is, let me know in the comments. He's got 500 APM at the start of the cast. He's a Purple Protoss player, and it's a PvZ here again on Heartbreak Ridge. This is from 2009 or so. So again, 10 years or more. And yeah, we've got Terror the Overlord moving out. That's right, Terror. You're getting your own shirt, man. It might actually be ready to go by the time this cast posts. So check it out, falconpaladin.store. See if there's a Terror the Overlord shirt there. If it's not there yet, we might have to get a mug with the Falcon Paladin logo on it, or possibly a t-shirt, or, you know, a hoodie. If you're in the northern hemisphere and it's cold, it's going to be colder soon, relatively soonish in the southern hemisphere too. By that I mean it's going to be a while. But hey, it's always nice to have a hoodie. I got a hoodie for Christmas, actually. It's very nice. And soft and warm. It doesn't have holes in it like my old hoodie did. So upgrades, man. Upgrades for sure. So Forge Expand opening here from our guy Tmaking. Oh, did we Extractor Trick? We did. Extractor Tricking here is Sziky. I guess to get his pool out a little bit faster. That was a pool first. Holy smokes. Okay, man. So we got a pool first opening. Very aggressive. This is why you scout Protoss players. You got to do it. Send that probe out. See what's going on, because you need to see this pool is done. You need to see there are lings on the way. You need to not throw down your Nexus. Instead, get cannons up, maybe throw down a gateway here. It's going to be tough holding. Tough holding a pool first here. Yeah, man, against 6 lings starting at 2 minutes. Beautiful. Beautiful play here from Sziky, and he scouts it too. Probe says, all right, this sucks. Quick. No, he had the probe ready to expand and was like, nope. Quick, 1 cannon. Quick, 2 cannons. Let's see, maybe honestly a gateway up, maybe on the bottom side, so they have to run around and catch a ton of shots from those cannons. But yeah, I mean, these lings are out, and the probe's job is to say how many there are, and there's a ton. And actually gonna buy some time here by throwing down a pylon, just buying a little bit of time. Dude, these lings need to go. Maybe they're like, nah, it's not gonna happen. We got scouted. Protoss knows what's up. If we send these lings across, they're just going to die. So we'll kill this probe. That is some guaranteed damage for us. And by that I mean maybe not all that guaranteed, because those shields regen pretty quickly. Here for Pauline the probe. Yeah, got some probes here to maybe wall off a little bit if the lings do make it all the way across the map. But Sziky's not interested, so Sziky's in trouble, I would say. If you go for a pool first play like that and get absolutely nothing done with it, which is exactly what happened here. This probe didn't die. I mean, they forced a cancel on a pylon, but that was a good guarantee anyway. Yeah, you're just a sad panda is what you are. So Sziky's got to make up for that lost economy for sure. There you go, takes a third base at 320 down here to the south. Heartbreak Ridge is a pretty easy map to mine out. I mean, with the exception of the center here, which not a lot of people take unless, as always, they're desperate or they're super overconfident or maybe just regular confident. They'll take that center base. But yeah, I mean, you can expand here, you can expand here, and then it's 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, and then it's top left. So, I mean, there's not a ton of places to go. There's no way you're getting anything close to 6 bases on this map. The best you can do is 5, and again, maybe 6 if you take center, but hard to do. So this is a bit of a longer macro game, and I'm hoping what we see... Oh, there we go. Got the probe that came back around for a scout. Didn't see if this base was finished or not, but 1 base plays are not super hot against Forge Fast Expands. You gotta have at least 2 bases here. And I mean, a Hydra bus timing is not off the menu yet. Here from Sziky. Going for that lair timing, though. Getting metabolic boost now after the lair has been started. Everything's A-okay. This Tmaking player is still around 320 APM, so he's playing pretty well. I gotta assume he's part of the TSL, because Zicky's playing under his TSL account on this replay. But yeah, curious to see what Tmaking is gonna do for us here today. Because... could be awesome. But all right, so he's spiring, and that looks like a spire drone to me. What's up, spire drone? It is. It is a Spire. All right, cool. So Spire there, no second gas yet. Probably just going to be a couple Scourge to deal with the incoming, well, no Stargate yet, actually. A little bit late, interestingly enough. I mean, the Stargate builds a lot faster than the Spire does, because, again, the Zerg player can pump out 8 mutas at the same time once that thing finishes, and the Protoss can only build 1 Corsair at a time. But yeah, Terry the Overlord here scouting. This might be Terry, actually, up this way. He is fleeing for his life. Very smart. His friend over here, Tommy, going to try to get some high ground position here, too, but like 1 Dragoon coming up this ramp is the end of that. So, alright, he recognizes nothing crazy here from Tmaking. Like he went for a fast robo to try to Reaver drop me. This is as standard as it can get at a PvZ opening here. Getting a Citadel of a Dune. Maybe some Zealot legs, maybe some DTs. Who knows? We'll keep an eye on that production tab. It'll help us out. Replays are nice that way. Another probe going for a scout. Heading down to this natural base and is going to see a macro hatch and is going to see second gas taken now. So yeah, there's no way this is... I mean, he could make some Mutalisks here. This 1 gas is giving him a lot more gas than I thought he would get, but I guess it's about half of what you'd get if you had the second gas earlier, so the math checks out there. Not the best at maths. So here we go. This is the moment of truth. Sziky, do you like Mutalisks here? The answer is yes. He makes 5 mutas and no Scourge. Okie doke, here goes nothing. Corsair starts to blast away at Tommy, the Overlord, who didn't sit on the high ground after all, not even hiding a little bit, but did scout out the fact that there's a Templar Archives coming in. I'm pretty sure he caught that. It's a fast Templar Archives. This might be straight up DTs. This could be Corsair DT off a 2 base. As you do. So, Scourge. Okay, we are adding some Scourge to the mix here. I like it. I like it because the Corsairs are going to try to kill the mutas. The Scourge can sneak up on them a little bit easier. Oh no, we found Terry though. Save Terry. Go. Fly, Mutalisk. It's 40 hits to kill this thing, but the fire rate is pretty fast on these Corsairs. Yeah, alright. We're just going to abandon him to his death. As the Corsairs over that way, we're going to come on in and, dude, you're not making a second Corsair? Oh no, there's the one here. Okay. Man, they like to camouflage themselves, don't they? Mutas going after a gateway. Not the best units against buildings. They don't kill anything very fast. Yeah, see, I mean, barely took the shields down on that thing. Not a big deal. I mean, not even sure this is worth it. With the Corsairs here, trying to get that big old bursty damage out, but another Corsair comes in. Not working on air weapons level 1 here. It could just be Tmaking is not thinking about that. Maybe he forgot about it if he's making a lot of Corsairs, or maybe he's just going to stop at like 4. Call it a day. 4 is about where you're okay not getting +1. If you want to get 5 Corsairs or more, the +1 is real nice there. We will see that more often from Protoss players than not. So, further tech. No, not really. Evolution Chamber for upgrades. Doesn't really count as tech, but he's got a Hydralisk Den and Lurker aspect coming in down here at the 3rd base. The mutas technically have map control. Zealots got to kill their own pylon to get out because they didn't hardwall themselves in, but the Archon's too fat to get through without killing that pylon. So Zealots could get out, but their buddies could not. So we're going Archons instead of DTs, instead of High Templar. Scourge connecting, kill one of the Corsairs. Okay, that was a solid hit. I mean, there's still 3 here, though, which is pretty good. Although one of them's very, very injured. The muta count isn't super happy. 6 of them. Not going crazy with those, but softening up these Zealots so when they come into the 3rd base, they die more quickly is a good thing for these Mutalisks to do. It's way better than trying to attack a gateway or something like that. So the Zealots are like, do we want to go into the 3rd base or into the 2nd base here? And the mutas are distracted by the Corsairs, but the Corsairs fleeing. I kind of like this one Archon getting mixed in. If your opponent's going to go for mutas... Dude, big hits, big hits. Archon getting in, fighting against those lings. That Sunken is absolutely dead. The mutas can't really engage because there's an Archon in the mix here. Doesn't want to fight. Ah, takes a hit. Bad, but there is a Lurker fighting. Is there enough to save the 2nd hatch? I think focusing the 2nd hatch is probably the best thing to do, and they get it with the focus. The Archon just kind of bypasses the Lurkers and has all of 43 shields. Going to try to get it. Oh, Hydra. Never mind. Dead. So Archon dead. Didn't really accomplish a lot. Got some splash damage off on these mutas. He's the reason largely that they're all kind of purple here. The Corsairs did work too, but that 2nd base dying is big. That is really big and super problematic. Storm is on the way. Love a good Storm, obviously. One of the best spells in all of StarCraft, if not the best spell in all of StarCraft. It's just, it's always good. It's It's good in every matchup. It does a ton of damage to everything that it hits. It hits air and ground. I know some of you are thinking, well, Dark Swarm's really good. It is really good, but kind of situationally, right? You throw up a Dark Swarm here, and it's like, well, and the army just kind of runs away. You don't really get any value from it, you know? It's best in specific situations. If you Dark Swarm an enemy base and send in some Lings and Ultras, then it's fantastic, right? But Storm, I don't know. I guess the one situation you have to do, yeah, like I said, oh, no, there's more Corsairs on the way. Huh. I'm gonna say, still no +1 air here. Intriguingly, these mutas are all sorts of dead, but Corsairs are falling like flies here. Dropping like flies. Two Zealots, 3 Zealots running down into a double sunken scenario. You're outnumbered horrifically. Get out of there, guys. They did kill a Hydra, though. That was nice. And they didn't walk themselves into their deaths, either. Yeah, I don't know that I'd bother with Corsairs at this point. I understand you're kind of still worried about the Mutalisks here, Tmaking, but at the same time, there aren't a ton of them. You recognize that Sziky, every time he comes at you, he's got like 5 Mutalisks, maybe. He's not going for 8,000 of them, which can be pretty hard to deal with if you don't have those, as the third base comes up. If you don't have the Corsairs, don't ya know? Once again, Mutas softening up and straight up helping to kill these Zealots. No kills on those boys. The Mutas making it happen. And then the Corsairs chasing down a Slover Lord, but careful. Yeah, these Corsairs are fighting against a Hydra Muta army. I don't agree with it. Again, these Mutas are so injured. But the Corsair count keeps getting absolutely reset. Are there any Corsairs left on the map at this stage? And the answer is I don't think so. I don't see any at all, which is... invested a lot into Corsairs and they've all died. Now, this is where it gets tricky for Sziky, right? Haha. You want a 4th base. So do you take it here, which is closer, easier to defend, but there's no gas? Or do you want it here, which is further away, but it has gas? I don't know. Hard to say. Now, the good thing about Storm is it's good against everything here. Great against Lings, great against Hydras, great against Mutalisks. Mutas are better at dodging Storm than the other units are, but still. Storm catching Mutalisks for even a couple seconds, even for half a second, is going to be a lot of damage. So Lurkers burrowing in. Storm right on a group of those Lurkers there. Archon kind of wandering over Lurker Spineville. I don't know. Lurkers died, but the Archon's definitely dead here too. The Obs is playing some really nice role in this whole thing. Gets a good Storm up, Muta down. Reinforcing Hydras coming in. High Templar trying to get out of here, but no. Sniped. 5 kills on that High Templar. Pretty good stuff. And a hold does happen here. I mean, it's not really a hold because it wasn't necessarily an attack on a base. But you know what? This base probably would have died if he'd lost that one. So we'll call it a hold. There's an idle drone here. Sziky, come on, man. Get your rear in gear. Third base going to warp in here from Tmaking any second. 4th base is already done here from Sziky. He's got 37 to 54 workers. The probe count is pretty high. Pretty substantial, and I think Tmaking is going to try to expand to a 4th base fairly nakedly, which, when there's Mutas on the field, that's pretty dangerous. And by Mutas, I mean there's like a Mutalisk here, so whatever. Dragoons being the tech of choice here. Yep, Dragoons are out. They got the +2 attack, loving that stuff. Upgrades for the Hydras are +1 armor, no attack, and the Lings are +1 armor, no attack. Working on missile attacks to help the Hydras, not necessarily the Lings in this situation. This probe really wants to expand back here. Doesn't quite have the cash for it, but thinking about it. Let's save up some of that cash here. Nice preemptive Storm there. And again, Dragoons trade pretty well against Hydras, especially if they have +2 attack, which Tmaking does. Great upgrades for our Protoss player here today. Good snipe on that Obs. Good snipe on the Obs. Now the Lurkers are about 40% more of a problem than they were previously. So, again, 54 to 46 workers. I mean, the worker count is starting to saturate this 4th base a little bit. Lings do pretty well against Dragoons, even if they don't necessarily have attack upgrades. But hey, look at this. We're getting melee attacks. That's 3, 1, 2. Where's the 3rd evolution chamber? It's down here at the 3rd. Excellent. So it's... You don't often see all 3 upgrades going from all 3 evolution chambers, but... That's what we got here. The Storm dodging pretty good. Running Lings into their deaths and accomplishing nothing is not good. And there we go. There's that 4th base top left here from Tmaking. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to get away with that. Sziky's usually pretty good at having map control, or at least vision of the map. That said, he doesn't know this is here. And Tmaking's not defending it either. Tmaking is producing 4 Corsairs. He's not had the best Corsair control I've ever seen. Yeah, Lurkers dying. No Dark Swarm for the Lurkers means bad times for the Lurkers. There's not even a Queen's Nest. No sign we're even trying to go to Dark Swarm here. And Defilers. Trying to jump on this is Sziky, but like without Dark Swarm, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of Dragoons. The Storm support is nothing short of amazing here. Ling's trying to jump on these Dragoons. The stutter step back here is very, very good. High Templar surviving. The Lurkers at the top of the ramp are problematic. Again, still, if you can see them, you got to get to the point where you can actually attack them on the high ground by having vision of the high ground. And, well, you lost your obs earlier, so that vision of the high ground is kind of a tough thing. Yeah, that Hydralisk just not interested in fighting, is he? So, okay, Tmaking's got this top left base. He's up in economy. He's up overall. Got the Dragoons, and I just keep waiting for our dude Sziky to tech into the Defiler, because Storm is out, and 89% of the time, the player that uses spellcasters will defeat the player who's not using spellcasters, right? It's not every time, but it's pretty close. There is a Queen's Nest finally coming in here at 16 minutes from Sziky. It's a little bit late considering how long he's had a lair and how long he's had 4 bases, but, you know, I guess he's not rolling in cash for that kind of a thing. So there is this nice window here from Tmaking where he is going to be able to get some work done against these Dragoons, against these Hydras, without any Dark Swarm protecting them. They're against the Lurkers. The Dragoons will do well against the Lurkers, is what my brain was trying to say. But you know me, I misspeak when I'm at the peak of health, and I am not at the peak of health right now. Not even close. Yeah, Speedy Overlord. Nope. And now that this base is up and he's got some cannons at it, he's going to actually send some High Templar to defend it. So, yeah, and now bottom right base coming in here from Sziky. So here's the problem for Zergs on this map is, it's pretty easy to split the map in half, but you need to be up a base on a Protoss because Storm is good and Reavers are good. And Reavers are in production now. So, and the Corsair, we're back up, man. I feel like he's made 6 Corsairs today. And then he just made 3 more. 4 more. Why is he so No, this is not good. I guess killing Overlords is always fine, but the Dragoons can do that okay, right? Yeah, I mean, the +2 Zealots against Lings that have +1 and +2 armor. Not really where the Lings want to be. Not until they get Adrenal is that really going to be a great engagement for them. And again, we're far from that. The Hive isn't even done yet. It is on the way. He got that thing started as soon as the Queen Nest finished, so good timing on there from Sziky for sure. Sziky is also somebody who's known for his drops, so I'm curious to see if we're going to get some drops from him today or not. It seems like we're not going to get it, but we're only 18 minutes into this thing, and we have a bit of a ways to go. So yeah, hit that like button if you're enjoying this so far. Both players are just kind of skirmishing with each other. Nobody's gone for a killing blow yet. Tmaking just pretty happy, getting up to 4 bases, getting his upgrades in here. He's pretty much, I think, resigned himself to the fact that there's going to be Dark Swarm out here eventually. Yeah, there's your Adrenal. There's your Defiler mound. Oh, good snipe. High Templar. 2 High Templars sniped in exchange for like 4 or 5 Hydras. Not the best trades in the world there, but hey. Good sniping. Beautiful sniping. Tmaking trying to take this 12 o'clock. Hydras could easily come up here and disrupt that. Maybe they're not going to kill it, but, you know, put some fear of Zerg into expanding naked. Tmaking should not be able to get away with this. Although, same thing. I don't know. See, Sziky isn't investing. Look at this Corsair count. Investing in static defense. Okay. So, yeah, it is DTs. And then he snipes the... Okay, this is a sick play. He just completely wipes out this map. Drops. Drops belong to Tmaking today, not to Sziky. Oh, beautiful. Just beautiful. So he gets the Spore... He gets the Hatchet, he gets the Sunken, completely shutting down this base for Sziky and putting him a base down. Corsair's killing another Overlord there, but there is a Spore at this base. I don't know if they want to come in here. Can the Spore provide detection all the way down here in this mineral line? The detection range is pretty good. I don't know. These Ds are fighting against Hydras, but more Hydras are popping in here, and the Hydras can see them. So generally, they don't want to attack anything that can see them, because they're squishy. They've got +3 attack, man. 49 damage per swipe of that Warp Blade. Brutal stuff. Look at this. Tmaking. Look, he's got all of his bases. And no, Sziky just lost one. So that's not ideal. Center, Zyky's kind of scouting it, but I don't know if he's planning on expanding there. Again, the desperate will sometimes try to expand there. Yeah, so the Hydras are here to deal with the Corsairs as well as they can. Oh, don't get baited. Don't get baited. Oh, 2 Corsairs got baited into that. They will do that, right? Units, if they're under attack, if they can see what's attacking them, they will move in there and try to defend themselves, even if it's a terrible, terrible idea. Like, horrifically bad idea. So yeah, if you want to, you know, show appreciation for the channel and the 6 Brood War casts that come up every single week, you can hit the like button. You can subscribe. I'm working on getting 60,000 subscribers, which is a pretty nice milestone, I think. You can also use the super thanks button down below to donate me, you know, a couple bucks or whatever. You can also become a member of the channel down below by clicking join. Unload! Unload! Toss off a storm. Killing 2 Hydras. Okay. It's trying to storm drop these drones, but, you know, you got to make the best of the situation no matter what happens. And then some people have been using PayPal recently. Just a donation at paypal.com. Address is falconpaladin@gmail.com that way. Pretty easy to find. So I appreciate everybody who's been very generous this year. Actually, is this thing going to post next year? I think this might be a 2023 VOD that I'm casting in 2022. Hey, hey, hey. And again, under the weather. But you know Falcon. He will cast even if things are bad. Physically. And health-wise. Good play, goo. Defiler gets away with it. You wiggle, you magnificent Defiler. Get in there. We're going for ultras, man. Anabolic synthesis on the way. These lings giving their lives for the power of the Defiler. But look who's got Reavers out. And that one person, it always says, why doesn't Protoss make Reavers against Zerg into the late game? Well, Tmaking is definitely doing that. APMs have slipped a little bit down to 200 or so for each. No drops either. Intriguingly enough, no drops from Sziky yet. I'm not even sure if he has the upgrade for drops. He's got Overlord speed, but he doesn't have the transport one. I don't think he does. Oh, it's another sick plague. These guys are pretty much already plagued. So I don't know. Maybe not as sick as I'd like it to be here. Nice plague there, too. Reaver shots. That Defiler just wiggling his way to safety again. And then unloading. Good storm there. Another High Templar unloads. Gets a storm on those Hydras and on those drones. Beautifully done. 47 drones remaining. 59 probes here. And then trying to get the shuttle out and leaving the High Templar behind. Actually, you could maybe go for it, man. These Hydras don't seem to know that he exists. Is he really not visible? He's totally visible. The Hydras... Ah! Surround and execute. All right, so again, still nobody taking the center here. Sziky trying to prepare for potential drops into the main base again. I'm not sure that's something that Tmaking will try to do. Oh, he's back with Reavers. Okay. Ow. So one of the Reavers dies. Oh, the other one dies too. Nice Hydra control there. Splitting them out. Beautiful stuff there from Sziky. 2-3 upgrades on the Hydras works too. All right, so he saves this base. He loses some workers, but he's able to replace those pretty quickly because, again, he's Zerg. So he's at 57 drones now to 59 probes, which is a fine place to be. And we're just casually, everyone's just kind of casually mining out their bases. The only base that has died here so far today is going to be this bottom right, which is up and running now. Again, I'm not sure it matters as much. It is drops. Okay, yeah. I told you, Sziky likes to drop. Oh, there was an OBS that saw it all, though. He saw it all. Ah, another storm drop. This time down at the 6 o'clock. Drones dying. 49 drones remaining. It was like 57 just a second ago. A lot of drone blood splatter there. This is some good stuff. This is some really nice drops from Tmaking. This dude is not a slouch. He's doing fantastic, right? I don't know what was killing... Probably Tmaking killing his own stuff here. And then Sziky says, you know what I'm going to do? We're 24 minutes in. Let's take the center. Yes, love taking center here. All right. Dark Swarm is up, but the Defilers are taking Reaver hits. Nope, he was running away fast enough that he didn't die. All right, Ultralisk's in the mix here, too. That Archon gets surrounded and killed by Lings. That is an Archon's worst nightmare. Would much rather engage with something buffering so they can't get surrounded, right? Yeah, so Archon's pretty good against Lings, pretty good against Ultras, but not in a surround scenario. Honestly, nothing's good if it's being fully surrounded by something else, right? Usually means you're outnumbered a whole bunch, and it's just not a good place to be. So yeah, at this stage, this is something that Sziky needs. He knows the map is split in half. He's not been able to really mess with Tmaking's bases at all. He keeps losing drones. He has to replace them, so that's more resources he's spending on not on army units, which is real bad. Oh, there's an Obs. He sees these Overlords coming in. This Obs is like, woo, there's Hydras right there. Thank goodness they didn't kill me. Oh, they did. Never mind, they totally did. But this should tip off Tmaking that something's coming here. Trying to does snipe a High Templar and then retreating from the position, trying to dodge storms again as much as he certainly can right now. The Overlord, I guess these aren't Dropper Lords. They're just Overlords here to provide detection in case there's DTs. So yeah, I'm still waiting for the drop. Here it is. Here it is. Or is that all just detection too? I don't know, man. It's chaos. Is that double Dark Swarm? That's not exactly, it doesn't stack. But yeah, once again, see, you throw up the Dark Swarm in the middle of the map, and then the Protoss gets out of there, and the Archons are fighting in the mix. Defiler gets sniped, another Dark Swarm comes in. That Reaver count, oh boy. Oh boy, maybe don't engage when there are, 6 Reavers bearing down upon you. This Reaver's, no, I gotta get out of here. And then the Ultras decide to back on out too. They don't like it. The sheer number of Reavers here, and protected by Dark Swarm too. And their attack is all splash. Oh, that's so good. That is such good stuff. 176 to 184 supply. Plague catching a couple Archons, a Dragoon, and a couple Zealots here. Another Ultra down. This Ultralisk has full upgrades. The Dragoons are at 3-2 upgrades. This is a Dropper Lord? No. Overlord flying into cannons for some reason. Another Plague. Again, largely catching Archons, who simply do not care. So Tmaking really should focus on killing the center base, I think. If he can just prevent anyone from having the center base, he's in a good position to win this thing. Just throwing that out there. Lurkers burrow in. Archons get out. Reavers move up. This is their favorite thing to do. Do they have an Obs with them? I don't know if they have an Obs with them. They do have an Obs with them. Hard to see those sometimes. They are permanently cloaked and everything. Whoa! Those Ultras died extremely quickly, but here comes the Adrenalings with their 3-3 upgrades. The surround is real. Again, getting surrounded. Not good. Lurker Spines coming up. Reavers trying to kill those Lurkers as best they can. Running out of Scarabs a little bit here, too. But the Archon, okay, never mind. Tmaking is okay. Tmaking holds on for now, but Zicky's macro has just been insane. He just continues to throw Hydras and Lings at this problem. Zealots reinforcing coming in from Tmaking as well. Both players are a little bit close to their own homelands here, so Defender's advantage doesn't really matter for anybody. Zealots against Hydras, always going to be fine, especially, again, if they have 3-2-2 upgrades. Okay, there's 2 Lurkers and a bunch of Lings to deal with here. That Obs got killed by a storm. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It was an accidental storm there. Zziky doesn't have much cash. He's got a bunch of gas. He's making 8 Ultralisks right now. That's part of why he doesn't have any cash, is he just threw up a bunch of Ultras. So that's going to be interesting. We've got more Reavers. We've got more Zealots on the way. Yeah, the Reavers are going to be fine. The Reavers are going to be fine against these Ultralisks in general. I don't know if Tmaking made too many Reavers, though. So he picks up a Reaver that was made up here in the top left. He's going to bring it to the front lines and to the battleground. Zziky isn't mining a whole ton from the center, but again, he needs it. Look at this Corsair count with no attack upgrades at all. This is the weirdest Corsair production strategy I've seen in a while. There's a couple Hydras here. Is that enough to save these Overlords? Yes, it is for now. Corsairs do not like what they see. They're going to back it out. So yeah, again, just kind of a slow mine out here. This drone is not working. Neither is this drone. Are they waiting for this? Oh, okay. This one's not, though. This guy was just waiting his turn. This guy is not working. He's not looking at anything, therefore he is not working. Get to work, lazy drone. Donald the drone. Always problematic, man. And I guess the last way to support me is patreon.com/FalconPaladin. Some people have done that recently. Really appreciate it. Here we go. Sziky coming in. I don't know. It's a lot of Reavers in Storm, dude. I don't know about that engagement plan. But okay. But yeah, somebody actually came in at the $50 a month level on Patreon. I will do a voice message for you. And for the first time, somebody wanted that. They wanted me to do a voice message for their fan of mine who just had a child, their first child. It was awesome. All right, this Reaver count is absolutely insane. I don't know that engaging this with ground is the right way to go. That's 3 ultras down. That's a 4th ultra down. Easy peasy. These hiders are like, we don't like this at all. But I was thinking, too, maybe I should bring it into the, the 20th century and maybe do a video, like a cameo-style video message. All right, center base is everything for Sziky right now, and these Reavers are just putting in the work here. I haven't seen a Protoss player make this many Reavers in a very long time. This center base is gonna die. Zicky's in a tough spot. He's able to get some resources here. Look at him bringing his own probes in. Tmaking's like, I'd like some of these minerals, please. Thank you. Waiting for this creep to recede, and then he'll probably try to expand here, too. All right. Good engagement there from Tmaking. He's up 169 to 115 supply. I don't know. I feel like Zicky's a really good player, but this Tmaking dude, as unknown as he is, really seems to have a good handle on this matchup and knows Sziky. And is like, okay, fine. Zicky's going to go for a lot of Hydras and Lings and Ultra, so the more Reavers I can have, the better it is. Greater Spire on the way from Sziky, though. You know, those Guardians versus stuff that can't shoot up like Reavers and Zealots. Yeah, the Guardians are going to be pretty good here. There's not, although, wait, is that Corsair count still alive? The Corsairs are still here. They could snipe those Guardians pretty easily if they pop out. And he doesn't have any mutas already, so he's got to invest in mutas. Oh, no, he did have mutas already because he's making Guardians now. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Meanwhile, drop down the right side. Another beautiful storm drop. Knocking Sziky down to 32 probes. Drones, rather. He doesn't want to be at 32 drones right now. Although, I don't know, maybe he does. There's not a ton of places he's mining. Maybe he wants to free up the supply for workers or for attackers and stuff, but okay, so the Guardians are here. They don't have any upgrades at all because Sziky wasn't interested in those. Air upgrades are for chumps today. Nobody's getting them at all. I mean, again, sure, the Corsairs have a shield upgrade, but that's only because that's two beautiful plagues. Only because it affects everything with that double shield upgrade. Oh, man, 3 upgrades. Okay, man, Tmaking's good at upgrades. He's good at everything. Okay, these Adrenalings, though. Snipe the Defiler. Got him. Got the Defiler. Traded like 3 Zealots for it. Not sure that was the greatest deal of all time. But man, 2 people have tried taking this middle base. That never happens on Heartbreak Ridge. This is fantastic. All right, Corsairs, I don't think they know the Guardians are here. They're just going to try to take down as many Overlords as possible. Again, forcing Sziky to spend cash. Oh, nice plague. To spend cash on Overlords instead of other stuff that he wants to make, like Defilers and, Zerglings and stuff, is a big win here for Tmaking. Are the Guardians going to start moving in? Another plague out at the top here. Zealots run to defend themselves. Hilarious stuff. All right, Guardians on the move. By that, I mean they've repositioned just a little bit. Come on. Again, the Guardians are going to do very well against all this, unless storms catch them, which is entirely possible, and the Corsairs come to jump on them too. Yeah, going to need a lot of hiders to protect these against the incoming Corsairs. Like a 1 or 2? Actually, there's a whole bunch of Hydras on the screen, so should be enough. Going to come in from an angle where the Archons can't engage them over the ground. I like that position there a lot from Sziky. The Corsairs come in. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, just maybe don't straight up engage as they're pulling away. The Hydra's going to cause you some problems here, but Tmaking having center here is, dude, he's up 80 supply. Yeah, I mean, Tmaking just has so much stuff. The Guardian control by Sziky's been pretty good. He hasn't lost any yet. Storm up. Oh, he flies his own Corsairs into the storm. There's a Devourer here, too. He's throwing that Acid Spore debuff. The High Templar need to get out of there. The Lings do kill one of them. The other two make it home. Corsairs fighting against a Devourer. Not going to work out. Again, no attack upgrades, no armor upgrades, except for shields, which I guess counts. More Mutas coming in. Dude, making Mutalisks at the 35 minute of a ZVP. What even is this game? This is hilarious. Okay, the Reavers need to be at the front here so that when the Hydras pop up, the Reavers can murder them, and then the Corsairs can have a much easier job against these Guardians. By that I mean, I'm not sure if there are any Corsairs remaining at this point. Ooh, we're getting some Maelstrom. Man, what is with longer ZVPs recently on the channel? We've had so much Maelstrom. Doesn't mean we're going to see it used necessarily. Great Storm there. Trying to Storm dodge with Guardians is annoying. Nice Reaver shot to save this High Templar from certain death. Yeah, so it's trying to split them out, but also if they're split out, they're not super effective. God, Storm is good. That Storm is good. This Storm is good. Archon's coming in. I think Sziky might just be dead. He's at a 76 supply. All of his Guardians died. The production tab for the Zerg player is empty, but he just popped up with a bunch of Lings and Ultralisks, the Archons and the Zealots. And no, don't try to get out of there. Just deal with it. You're Archons and Zealots. You're fine with Dark Swarm. Okay, fine. Just lost an Archon there for no reason whatsoever. Three more Guardians down to the south here. Just, again, 0 upgrade, 20 damage per shot, slow fire rate. But the longer Tmaking has the center, the more Sziky's just dead. Sziky's mining out of his last source of income in the bottom right here. It's not going to last forever, not even come close to lasting forever. Double Storm is enough to kill a Guardian. One will bring it down into the red, but you need that second Storm to really take it down, lads. But yeah, it's 77 supply for Sziky. He doesn't have any cash. He's not going to wipe out this whole center base. Not even close. And that's it. That's your GG. Sziky taps out. He recognizes he's never taking the center. There's too much anti-air and too much anti-ground. He doesn't have enough to do anything with it. The Guardians did not work, as they usually don't work. Oh, and then there was a huge Reaver drop down here. I guess we could look at that real quick. But yeah, nice GG there. Well done, Tmaking. I wish I knew who you were, because again, Zyky's no slouch. In PvZ, we've seen Sziky win a bunch of games here with, you know, scary stuff like drops, and not so much today. Yeah, these guys need to get out of here. And then speed it up a little bit, obviously. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, it's this. This picks up. And then leaves while these Guardians are attacking. I'm very distracted. And then they come down this way. They somehow manage to avoid these Scourge and these Hydras. Yeah, not bad. All 4 of them unload. The Scourge can't do anything because the shuttle's out, and then that's it. I mean, Sziky was at no workers anyway. This gas income is really important for him. It's gone now, and that's your GG. He's like, yeah, look, I'm not winning this thing even if I have that bottom right base, so losing the bottom right base means extra I am dead. Extra I'm dead. So we got Maelstrom researched, but we didn't get any Maelstrom excitement, unfortunately. One of my favorite sounds in StarCraft. That whoa. Yeah, but Tmaking's, I mean, he's mined out everywhere else, so him having the center is a massive boon. Sitting on 1,100 minerals and 600 gas. Could be producing a little bit better. Like I was making another Stargate. I wonder if he was thinking about scouts. He's like, look, if he keeps making Guardians like this, maybe I need a couple scouts. But yeah, he had nothing left. He had 2 Guardians. He had a handful of Lings and an Ultralisk and a Mutalisk down here. And that's it. I mean, he's just not breaking this. Not at all. Not with cannon support, especially with all the number of Reavers here. And this base being dead was just the cherry on top. So, nice job, Tmaking. I don't think he lost a single base today, which is hard to do against a Zerg as good as Sziky is. I mean, technically, this base is dead, so that's twice that Tmaking killed this bottom right base, which is pretty impressive stuff. But this base was fine. This base was fine. I don't think these bases ever really came under attack at all. There's that one Ultra attack that got this close, But the Ultra pulled out before we really started going to town on these buildings. And again, it's kind of surprised Sziky didn't go for any drops. It's kind of his calling card. But, you know, you don't have to do your calling card every time, right? Right. Bam. All right, so 297,000 points here for Tmaking, 258,000 for Sziky. Did outkill the Zerg player by more than a 2-to-1 ratio. I mean, that's a 500 to 200 ratio. Again, a lot of that is Lings, but a lot of that is Hydras and Lurkers and Mutas too. Buildings raised is 10-to-1. That's impressive for a Protoss player to have that number. And then, end of the day, 79,000 resources spent for Tmaking and only 69 for Sziky. You can't get outspent by a Protoss who's about your level and expect yourself to have a good day. Just not at all. So, well done, this Tmaking guy. I feel like I got to cast more of him. Excuse me. I feel like I should really cast more of him. But I don't know that I can find replays. Whatever. If I see Tmaking again, I'll be like, all right, this is a pretty solid Protoss player. And he gets the win. Nice. So that right there is gonna be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.